I be having to tell niggas, they be thinking,
I do this for fun.
Spoon-fed. Nah, I ain't like
I just have to show y'all real quick. It's one of my hobbies.
Nah, I watched you, brought you some low. What's up, cuz? I'm not cuz you ain't mad.
Yeah, don't ever play with him.
I got paid to say that.
Oh, see, bruh? Son, come on,
I can't
man.
be real. I got paid. But I know the real truth, right? No, when I got paid,
Hey, who paid you?
50 cents.
I can't believe a stand-up dude doing his time would suddenly say, I don't want to be here no more. I'm gonna become a rat bastard.
Things are getting real messy in the BMF universe, and it looks like F.Y. Cent might have played himself with this one. Lil Meech is now coming for Fit's neck after Fitty tried to paint his father, Big Meech, as a snitch only for folks to now realize that Fitty might have been completely misrepresenting the whole situation. A few weeks ago, Fitty was on a whole campaign to expose Big Meech, posting memes and ranting about so-called exclusive paperwork that allegedly proves Meech cooperated with the feds. But here's the thing, this paperwork has been publicly available for years, and yet this Fitty knew about it when he first decided to make BMF hired Lil Meech as the lead and even paid for his acting lessons. So if F.I. really believed Big Meech was a rat, why did he make a show glorifying the supposed rat and acted like a father figure to his son? And now the whole thing is spiraled out of control, and people are coming out of the woodwork claiming that Fitty paid them to push the snitch narrative about Big Meech. So if this is true, it means that Fit's whole anti-Meech campaign was never about exposing the truth. It was all about him being salty because Meech linked up with Rick Ross. But instead of just saying that Fitty went on this whole crusade F against Meech, acting like he had new receipts, when in reality, he was just mad that Meech picked another side. But the craziest part is that Fit is still not letting up. In fact, he just posted another message to Big Meech on IG, talking about how Meech told his former associate Tammy Cowens to snitch for him. But again, F.I. already knew this when he started working with Lil Meech on BMF. So why is it a problem now? Anyway, Lil Meech is now firing back and warning that F.Y. needs to pay for the way he disrespected his father and ruined the BMF show, not just for him, but for all the other actors and crew members who lost their jobs over nothing. But what exactly is Lil Meech planning to do to get his revenge on Fitty? And did Fitty just get exposed as a hypocrite? Or is there a deeper reason he's still pushing the snitching allegations about Big Meech? Let's break it all down. Just when folks Sofent was backing off from those snitching allegations about Big Meech, he popped out with another post on IG doubling down and calling out Meech for allegedly cooperating with the feds through his former associate Tammy Cowens. Not only that, but Fitty also took things even further by blacking out Lil Meech's face in the photos he posted from BMF, basically confirming that Lil Meech is out of the show and won't be coming back. Fitty wrote in the caption, "Listen to the words Big Screech, you keep forgetting that you told Tammy Cowens to tell to get your time cut, sucker." By the way, Fit's post comes just days after Lil Meech posted a photo with Big Me, letting everybody know he's standing 10 toes down for his father. El Me wrote in the caption, "Before I asked God for anything I made, sure I asked him to bring my father home to my family. My prayers were answered. I love you, Dad. Death." Before Dishonor, later on El edited his caption, only leaving the death before Dishonor part, hinting that he's not buying those snitching allegations about his dad. But let's go back to Fitty saying the Big Me told Tammy Cowens to tell to get your time cut. So if F.Y. is so disgusted by snitches, then why did he agree to work with Tammy? Tammy is the producer on the show BMF on Stars, which was developed in collaboration with Fit's Unit Films and Television Incorporated. And this is exactly why fans are now calling Fitty a hypocrite, because even if we entertain the idea that Big Meech really did cooperate through Tammy Cow in some way, why is it suddenly a problem now? Because let's not forget that Fitty built an entire show BMF of Big Meech's so-called legacy. And when Big Meech was released from prison last October, Fitty was still publicly praising him and talking about how he wanted to honor his life story by hiring Meech's son Lil Meech.
Meech, have you spoke to Meech at all?
I had a text message conversation back and forth with him because he's in the halfway house.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What do you think his next move should be?
Well, he got a lot of things he can do. I mean, he might want to make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
He might want to do some different things where, because a lot of, I understand how important real is to our culture, right? But when you develop in television, is to find the best possible story you can find and then make up something. You got to make up things because your life would intersect with Charlamagne's life, so I immediately get a little lawsuit when we get over there. This would, you understand what I'm saying? So I got to change things around a little bit, and then when it feels like completely real, and this is why it was important for me to get Lil Meech ready, so he could go there, because when you watch it and it's good, and then you go, you know that's his son, right? Like, and as a fun fact to the person that's watching with you, you feel like this, it's got to be true, because
Choke No Joke also recently talked about this on his channel, and he pointed out how Fent was publicly glorifying a former kingpin, but now the biggest issue is that he may have snitched on others.
Praising Meech for destroying the community, destroying his own people. He was praised, cheered. And then now, if he tried to tell on somebody, allegedly, and help clean up the streets, you're mad at him. What sense do that make? You celebrate him for pumping drugs and murdering, allegedly, and things like that, whatever was in their case, all the negative stuff that sent him to jail. Now you found out he told to get some street, allegedly, and you're mad. Now you crucify him, you hang him on the cross, you burn him in the basement like Candyman, but you applauded him for being the drug dealer. We are backwards out here. $50 gave this man $5 million to celebrate him as a drug dealer. Celebrated this man. TV shows, documentaries, red carpet events, premieres, being a drug dealer. Now he accusing him of cleaning up the streets, helping get rid of criminals. And now he's the bad guy.
Meanwhile, Tehran gangster Williams, who was locked up with Big Meech in the same prison, also came forward and called up F-Cent and other industry people for picking and choosing who they
Do you think Big Meech, like, told on somebody to get out, snitched, did anything extra?
No. Let me tell you why. Big Meech's paperwork is public records. There is no proof that Big Meech said, hey, bust him, bust him, bust him. Now, the situation with the lady Tammy, the female that he cool with or whatever, mess with whatever, I was having an argument with somebody about this last night. Now, if we go by prison rules and standards, Big Meech didn't sit down with the agents and say, hey, my bro gonna go ahead and settle the boy up for me, so make sure y'all give me the credit. So we couldn't make a move on him because his name not in the paperwork for saying, authorizing this. Now, what she did, what would happen, the killers, the homies would be like, well, listen, bro, she your people, she did that with your name on it, so you gotta have her hit. You gotta either have her killed, or you gotta bring a move to her because she implicated your name, or the people got your name, your BMF, whatever, in this situation. You gotta handle this. So I was telling him, I said, bro, this is one of them situations where he had a ride or die. She jumped on it like, I'm gonna get him out here by any means. And you know, I say now, we can't just up and say this. You know, people be like, common sense, well man, did they have that talk? I don't know. So I don't think, you know, I got my own situation, so I don't really think that far into nobody else's situation anyway, but I do my content. Yeah. But if, you see, you know, it's selective politics and it's selective who they gonna call a rat or who they not gonna call a rat in this industry. So we've been saying that since I've been home. But at the end of the day, Big Meech named out of that stuff. His company.
So basically, for as long as Fitty and Meech were on cool terms, Meech wasn't a rat in Fit's eyes, But now that he took a photo with his op, Rick Ross, he's a snitch now. To be fair, Big Meech linking up with Ross was definitely a weird move after everything Fitty did for Lil Meech, as Tony Yo pointed out in a recent interview on Vlad TV. If Big Meech was really in a tight spot and needed quick cash, all he had to do was hit up Fit for a welcome home concert instead of linking up with Ross.
I look at that was bad management too, because we just was over there. We just took a picture with you at your house. But I felt like when we left there, it was a money thing, because what Lil Meech said about the Ferrari and Lil Baby having 4 pockets full of money and didn't give his pops nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I would have never, I wouldn't even have mentioned no like that in front of real anyway. That's just me. But Meech is a little kid and it's understandable. He's young, make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? When you look at Fifth, we just came off 103 dates. All Meech had to do was ask 50 to do the show anywhere. He gonna sell it out? For me, if I was management, I would say, yo, Meech, why you going with Ross? Ross do shows, but not like that. Go with 50, he just did 103 dates. They book him in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Go with 50, and 50 will help you with the concert. And then all of this online wouldn't be happening. But 50's crazy, and once he feels disrespected, he feels disrespected. And it even goes with me. If I feel disrespected with me, and listen, it's not riding, it's just how this nigga Boo-Boo been his whole life. He used to come to the block and start trouble on 134. When we was on 134, rest in peace, Kev Brock, and Kendu and Mutt and all them was up there, I done heard say, uh-oh, this coming, and uh-oh, this got his Halloween mask on. This ain't nothing for me, it ain't nothing new. But if you with if I help you out, help your son out while you in jail, then you with a don't quit. That look.
So clearly this whole mess is about Fitty's personal beef with Ross than any principles or street codfish, now trying to make it seem like he's taking a stand against snitching, when in reality, he had no problem with this information for years until it was convenient for him to use it as a weapon. All he should have said is that he felt betrayed that Big Meech ran to Ross when Fitty did way more for the Fainer family than Ross ever did, and that would have been a valid reason for Fitty to cut ties with Meech. After all he invested in Lil Meech and gave him the opportunity of a lifetime, when no one was looking for him, Lil Meech even admitted that when he first got with Fitty, he was lost, had no real direction, and didn't know what was next, but Fitty saw potential in him, took him under his wing, and even covered his acting lessons for 2 years. And let's be real, Fitty didn't have to do that. He could have cast a seasoned actor and saved his money, but instead, he chose to bet on Lil Meech.
I'm trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting class for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting class. I had to go every day, 2 times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow,
but
a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience.
On top of that, Lil Meech kind of fumbled his own big out, because instead of stacking his money and setting himself up for the future, he allegedly blew most of what he made from BMF on designer clothes and jewelry. Tony Yo also recently put Lil Meech on blast for acting in Tidal and revealed that Lil Meech was out here telling industry dudes like Lil Baby they should be chipping in to help Big Meech. And get this, Yo claims Lil Meech was out here asking for money while dropping $100K on Chrome Hearts jeans at the same time.
Okay, so the show was successful, 3 seasons in. Lil Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist. Like you said, there was a Richard Mille watch, which he got, almost arrested over.
You see it yourself.
There
it was
all
shit.
All the clothes.
Yeah,
I'm seeing Go Yard luggage.
Yeah,
this is shit that I afforded later on in life.
Come on, man. Oh, and then you in Atlanta at that when indulging spending money. Like you see a mouth with 100,000 poking out his pocket, doing 40, 50,000 in the club. That's what you around. You gonna spend money. Chrome Heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those, do the math. What's that, 100,000? shout the chrome art. You know what I'm saying? But you know me, I get some chrome arts, I'm gonna wear them for at least 2 weeks. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But I felt like when we left there, it was a money thing, because what Lil Meech said about the Ferrari and Lil Baby having 4 pockets full of money and didn't give his pops nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I would have never, I wouldn't even have mentioned no shit.
But this is where it gets even wilder. Fitty recently aired out another bombshell, claiming that Lil Meech was showing up to set high, and it was Fiddy who stepped in to get him cleaned up. Not only that, but FY even allegedly paid for his rehab after finding out Lil Meech was hooked on Whippets, aka nitrous oxide, or laughing gas. Fitty alleged that Big Meech was jealous of Fi's bond with Lil Meech, and he wrote in a since-deleted IG post, "I thought about it, I think he was uncomfortable with me. And Mimi's relationship, I'm telling Mimi, I don't want him doing. He telling him he used to do X. Like it's cool, I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew people. Don't know, I had to send Mimi to rehab. Russell Hornsby peeped to his high AF on set. He started throwing up at a weapons test. Then I told me the little dude had Whippets in his truck. I said, what the f is Whippets? I look. And it's the being BB guns. However, Lil Meech is refusing to take any accountability. And now he's firing back at FY Cent like he can't be touched. So check this out. Just hours after Fiddy posted those shady BMF promo shots with Lil Meech's face, blacked out Lil Meech clapped back in a way nobody saw coming. He went straight to his own IG and posted those exact same photos, but this time with his face fully visible. And if that wasn't enough, Lil Meech also posted a promo video for his new season of BMF, basically making it seem like he's still locked in with the show despite Fee trying to erase him. So now fans are more confused than ever. Is Lil Meech trying to say he's still on BMF? No matter what Fiddy says, did he already sign his contract for the new season, meaning Fiddy doesn't even have the power to fire him? And get this, some fans are even speculating that Fiddy created this whole mess around Big Meech and those snitching allegations just to raise hype for the new season of BMF. One fan commented on Lil Meech's post saying what if the beef was fake just to promote the show, and another user added everything Fit is doing his promotion for everything. Remember, I said this attention sells. However, others are saying this theory doesn't really hold up because the filming was obviously done way before all this drama popped off, and it's possible that Lil Meech is contractually obligated to promote it on his social media. But just when we thought this whole thing couldn't get any messier, Rick Ross decided to stir the pot some more, and now he's threatening Fiddy he'll buy his master's. Ross shared a video on his stories where he implied that he's having problems getting his Gannett Film Studios off the ground, and he offered to buy all of Fit's masters.
50 Cent up. I ain't know that. I'ma be honest. Tony Yayo told 50 Cent himself, y'all could Google it. Tony Yayo said, I wouldn't do that if I was, cause Tony Yayo know them ain't got no money. Come on, man, look at Tony Yayo and Auntie Murder. Them need facials. Oh, whose skin ain't even right, boy. But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you wanna make your mama one of them walking stars thing. Put down there. How your mama live. Make her own walking star. We get one of them Bel Air bottles to hold up on these niggas. Man, you heard what I just said? Skin bad, man. You see that Auntie Murder? Ain't ever killed nothing. But that need a facial so bad. When I be seeing them blackheads on them skin, damn, them going bad. And 50, stop. You left your life because of something they said had to do with me. Don't leave Tony Yayo that. Come on, don't leave Louisiana. Don't quit like that, because you showed a picture of how you wanted it to look. We call it renderings. You had the renderings, then you try to go get them loans, and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the G in the studio yet. That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckled. Your knees buckled. Put your back against the wall. You're hustling. 50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
Ross didn't stop there, though. He also reshared Fit's post from April 2024 announcing the expansion of Gannett Film and TV Studios, and he wrote, "It's been a year. Fitty sent what taking so long. We got 21 questions," and Ross doubled down on his threat to buy Fit's masters and shared a post from Rap TV. his IG page and added a cheese emoji. But if you thought Ross was done, think again. He later shared another video clowning Fitty for allegedly struggling, and he also insinuated that Fiddy is a hypocrite for going after Big Meech. Just because Meech linked with Ross, meanwhile, S cool with people like DJ Head and Flower, who are also cool with Ross.
50 Cent, let these people know you really admire me. You love my style, the way I dress, the money I get. And let them know that if you really could, you would put all this shit to the side to do business with me and work with me. It's the truth. I know it is. Because when you see me stand next to Big Meech, your knees buckle. Oh, my ops, friends is my ops. I'm my ops, all that fake talk. But when you see my brother DJ Khaled, you hugged that boy and drooled on his Amiri. You drooled. When you see little bro Flow Rider, you pick that boy up by the waist and lift him up. Woo! And that's your way of saying, Rose, let's put it to the side. I'm really a good guy. And I get it, but it ain't time for that yet. Because when I see your I don't hug them, I don't speak to them. They poor hustlers who in need of facials. Back to the money. Look, I can't really show you all this at the request of Architectural Digest, but it's a difference between renderings and when it's really going down.
So yeah, this whole thing is blown up into something way bigger than anyone could have expected. You got Fiddy still pushing those snitching allegations about Big Meech, Lil Meech, in the middle 1 second swearing he's loyal to Fitty only to turn around and link up with Ross. Meanwhile, Ross is adding fuel to the fire, taking shots at Fiddy and even saying threats now. So while we wait to see how Fiddy will respond to those threats, let us know what you think about this whole situation. Was Fit's attempt to expose Big Meech for allegedly snitching a legitimate move, or did he take things too far? And what about Lil Meech, do you think FY was right to cut him off? Also, Ross is clearly having fun with this, but does he actually have a plan to take Fitty's masters, or is it all just trolling? Leave all your thoughts in the comments and don't miss out on this next video.